welcome to another episode of the Caffeinated Librarians MPL Pop Culture Podcast. Today we'll be starting our bad movies that we love, but that other people around us may think it's bad. My pick is Eragon, a 2006 movie based off of the book series, book Eragon by Christopher Paolini, and it came out when I was 16. I absolutely love this movie, aside from the plot holes and the acting choices and everything in between. Big names are in this movie. I think a lot of people did this movie for a paycheck. And the adaptation, it leaves a lot to be desired from the book. So take it away, guys. How do you feel?
Man, George Lucas really got ambitious with these special editions. He just made it. He made Star Wars a fantasy movie. That's so cool.
Wasn't Star Wars already a fantasy sci-fi movie?
I know that this is controversial and people come at me, but I consider Star Wars fantasy sci-fi.
Oh, it is.
It is. It is.
No, I said this to a former colleague, and she was like, no. She was, they're two different things. I'm like, there's fantasy so whatever. To me, it's a fantasy sci-fi, but you were saying about that they have special editions. It's a fantasy sci-fi.
That's my opening joke. Yeah, I mean, I read Eragon as a kid. I read two of the sequels to Eldest and Brissinger, thousands of pages of my life.
That he'll never get back. No.
I mean, the whole series' real claim to fame is that the first book, Eragon, was written when the author, Christopher Paolini, was like 15, 16 years old. I think it got published a year or so later. So yeah, it was really novel at the time in the early 2000s. Like, oh my God, like a teenager wrote this? That's wild. And it's readable.
Yeah.
And I was watching. I watched a video essay, and his parents were selling it. They were self-publishing and selling it. And there was a publicist who was at I think like a flea market, some kind of event, saw the book, took it for, I think his son or whatever, loved it, and decided we're going to publish it with a big name. And that's sort of how it took off. I read the first book. At the time that it came out, I was in high school, so I probably wasn't necessarily the target audience for the book, but I remember enjoying the first book.
Yeah.
I never read the other ones. I don't know whether it was a matter of they weren't yet published, and by the time they were...
Well, no, they weren't published yet.
Yeah.
I think, book Eragon came out, I was in 2002. I was 12, so I was in the middle school, so I was probably the demographic target. I read it. I enjoyed the book, and then I had to wait probably 2 or 3 years before this next book came out, and then at that point I lost interest.
Yeah, so I think it was one of those things where by the time the second one came, I forgot what happened in the first, or I never picked it up again.
I was younger, so I got this in probably second or third grade, and the second book was already out at that point, Eldest. So I was able to read those two, and then Brissinger came out not too long after 2008. So I would have been in 5th grade when Brissinger came out. So.
And I just graduated high school.
Yeah, and so I was able to do those 3, and then by the time the 4th one came out, Inheritance, I was in high school at that time, and I guess I forgot a lot, and the idea of reading a 160-page book again was just like, oh boy.
You're never going to get that time back.
Yeah, no, it's... They talk about, especially for the time, the books were large. I mean, now it's like, with most fantasies, I would argue... Tomes are kind of...
It is the genre most susceptible to just being gigantic.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's just so much you can do and so much money you can squeeze out of people
because
that are
they
reading
love
books.
to be like, here's how this society works. We're going to give you all the nitty-gritty details.
Even if we don't want it.
Yeah.
Yes. Looking at you, Tolkien...
I call it wiki writing. It's like when people are like, no, let the nerds on wikis figure this out for you. You don't need to detail it all right in the book.
Yeah, that's I know you don't talk about Tolkien because he's it's sacred, but Tolkien does this the first book alone. Oh my god, the first book.
I haven't read any Lord of the Rings. I want
Okay,
to.
be prepared.
I mean,
It's
I'm
like
not
over
expecting.
1,000 pages long.
I'm not expecting it to be
rambles.
like a rollicking time. I'm expecting it to be like pastoral.
Exactly. Like he rambles on and on about grass.
Okay,
About
Fellowship is 423,
Okay,
Yes.
that's not
So-
too bad.
and Two Towers 350.
God, just looking at the book, you
Return
would
of
think
the
it's
King
a lot
400.
more pages.
So not too bad.
no,
Honestly.
no. All in all, like now looking back, maybe I was. I don't know. But,
No, I know it's
Very
slower
daunting,
pace. It's very
yeah.
slower. It's much
Yeah.
slower paced than a lot of modern fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the video essay was talking, so when Paolini published Aragorn, he was criticized.
Aragorn.
It's
Sorry,
Eragon. It's Eragon.
No. It's good. It's
But
good.
the fact
It's good
that I
we
said
noticed.
Aragorn, because as I was watching it, I'm sorry, Eragon. But the fact that I said Aragorn is because every time they said his name, I was like, it's Aragorn.
No,
He's gonna
Let me
lead
tell
the
you,
way.
Jeremy Irons said it differently. He was like, Oregon.
Oh well,
I think it's just his accent.
But anyway, that's what I thought. I thought of Eragon. Sorry, Eragon. Even
Yeah.
saying the name is weird for me. But anyway, it suffered a lot of criticism for sort of like they claimed that he plagiarized, that it wasn't original. Which when it comes to the fantasy genre or any genre, there are tropes.
Yes.
I don't know how original you can be. Even Tolkien, who's credited with sort of being the father of like high fantasy, he was inspired by Norse mythology.
Yeah.
You know, so even
It's-
he is not without his influence.
Right. I mean,
you know,
I would
influences.
argue that it's very hard to be original when it comes to
Yeah.
fantasy because
Yeah.
people pull from so many different source materials.
Yeah, and even like Paolini admitted he was inspired. Like so, they like a lot of the accusation was that he plagiarized from Tolkien, from the Dune series, Wizard of Earthsea. And he claimed like there was this one series, I can't remember what it is, I don't know if it's the Dragons of Pern or a complete different series, where he said like that he loved it as a child, and he admitted that was like an inspiration.
Yeah.
Like I said, whether he plagiarized, whether it's simply
Yeah.
inspiration.
I wouldn't call
it's-
it plagiarism.
Yeah.
I just think this sure follows the Star Wars beats. And
Yes.
to a point where I'm like, okay, you could have gotten a little out of the lines here.
Yeah.
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 It's hard, but even Lucas himself
But
was
here's-
inspired by
yeah,
Joseph
but, like,
Campbell.
Star
Yeah.
Wars isn't like you're not watching that for the plot, really.
No.
You're watching that because
not?
George Lucas has like funny little guys running around and crazy designs.
And the
like-
special effects for
Yeah,
the time
exactly.
and the lightsaber
like
fights.
it's a very generic story done with a lot of panache.
Yes.
Whereas I don't know if Aragon has the same kind of panache to it. You know, I don't know.
No,
I don't know
I-
if there's a secret sauce in there. That,
No, I don't think there's a secret sauce in it, but I love Serafina's design. I think it's a different take on like the dragon
And even the
character
special
design.
effects, considering when the film was done, like people
Yes.
were like, I was looking at you commented like for the time, the dragon
No, yeah,
design
she
was
looked
very
good.
good.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
liked how like they mixed kind of like feathered wings
Yes.
with scales.
Yeah.
I was when I saw the movie, I was like, that's a great design. I absolutely love that design.
Yeah, and like even like I like that they communicate telepathically.
Yes.
Which even that like they were criticizing because I think in the Dragons of Pern series they communicate telepathically. I
They
promise
communicate
I can talk.
telepathically.
I
My words are.
thought that's fine as a concept. I thought the execution was funny because we just got a lot of scenes of the kid playing Aragon just kind of staring off.
Yes.
Staring like intensely.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's hard,
Uh,
but like
the-
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. But it was
But
just goofy.
I
was like,
will
that's
say
funny.
that the actor who played Aragon, Ed Spellers,
Yeah.
he also had a role in Downton Abbey. He was one of the servants in like the season 2, I want to say, in Downton Abbey,
Oh.
and he was also one of the villains in the more recent Outlanders
Has
seasons.
he gotten better?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Oh yes.
why didn't they let him keep his accent?
In what?
Isn't he? Well, sorry. Is he English or British or?
He's English.
But he does have his accent in this film,
He
doesn't
does
he?
have
Sorry.
yes, he does have this accent. His accent in this film. I think it's toned down a lot.
Oh,
but
because like
it's-
one of the things that also is kind of a peevy thing with me, and I think it used to happen a lot more in the past. I'm thinking of like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
Starts off and then he says, nope, I'm going with American.
Well, that's Kevin Costner.
Yeah, the American accent existed during this time. Is like where like the plucky heroes, like they always have like the American accent, the more...
Actually, they say old school British accents were closer to American Southern accents.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I did watch a video that actually says that, like, if, like, that the Southern accent is the closest to how, like, the English accents would have sounded at the time.
Yeah.
Which is really fascinating.
Not that informed Kevin Costner's decisions.
No, it
I'm
didn't.
just a random bit of trivia.
Yeah.
No, he just decided to do his own
But yeah,
thing.
no, Ed Spellers did have his accent. I think that he was asked to tone it down for the audience so that
okay.
people could understand him, which I think is a load of malarkey, but that's just me.
Yeah, and sometimes I think that could also inform the way you perform
Yes.
something, if you're focused on... Because a lot of people who don't have the American accent, that's one of the hardest accents to do.
Yes.
Oh, the accents.
Yeah, the
Okay,
accents, yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes, like, I wonder if that can kind of... I mean, I don't think he did a terrible job. Like, he also seemed like he was very young.
Oh, he was.
Oh yeah,
this
he's like
is-
fine in this.
yeah.
I think
this
he's
is, I think, his first like big break.
I think
role.
Yeah.
he's not being given great material.
No.
And
No, and I think that's another thing too, because like one of the things that I kind of bothers me, and I won't, is that like, especially like how sometimes you're supposed to feel that emotional beat,
Yeah.
but it's just not
It falls
beating.
flat.
Yeah. So it's like when his uncle is killed.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I understand. Brahm shows up. It's like we gotta go now. Like
Yeah.
we can't wait. But I still want to see something. Like, you lost the man that, for all intents and purposes, was your dad.
Everybody's like really chill with death and killing in this movie in a
I
way that
know.
struck me as really strange. Like Eragon kills people, and it's just like, yeah, that's fine. And it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like he should reckon with this a little bit.
That,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you have
Yeah.
to spend, like, hours upon hours of us, like, no. But, like, at least show that you're feeling some kind of emotional impact from the death of this man who raised you like a son.
And you get more of that in the book than you do in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
Also, too, when he first rides Serafina, her scales are so sharp that he actually cuts his thighs, his inner thighs he's got bloody legs. He gets to the farmhouse, it's destroyed. Far more destroyed than it shows in the movie, and his uncle's underneath all that rubble.
Oh, and can we talk about how I thought that must have been so, like, uncomfortable? Like, he didn't remove the straw. So, like, and I know this is just me, bear with me. The actor's leaning over the other actor playing his own, and it's like all the straws poking. I'm like, could you just have removed it and then go on your uncle and start crying? It's me. It's
Yeah, that's you.
I was thinking, like, that's gotta be so, it's like poking him. But yeah, so, like, those kinds of things, like, okay. And then Jeremy Irons, Joe, prior to recording, had some nice thoughts on Jeremy Irons and his performance in this film. Let's take it away, Joe.
My guy was checked out. Maybe he was trying earlier on, but toward the end, he did not want to film those death scenes. You can tell.
Yeah.
When he jumps in front of that spear being lobbed at him by a fruit punch mouth, to bring back a Buffy reference.
Shade.
And he just like comes out of nowhere
He
in this
does.
scene.
Like, I was like, where did
and
he
he's
come
just
from?
like, "Whoa!"
Well, actually, I think he yelled, "Get out of the way."
Okay.
He yelled, "Get out of the way."
He yelled it real fast.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another moment that really got me. This isn't a fault on the movie, but Eragon, when he first cast the fire spell Brissinger, he's like yelling it.
Uh-huh.
So it sounded like to me he yelled Fazinga. And I was like, wait, what did he say? What?
Again, I think
And I was
that's
like, oh, okay. It was-
an accent
it was
issue.
Brissinger.
Oh, since we brought up Fruit Punch Mouth, otherwise known as Murtaugh.
Yeah, I had
No,
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 idea.
that's
he
not
was
Murtaugh. That's
Durza.
Durza.
No idea he was Robert Carlyle.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
Robert Carlyle, the famed Full Monty
Unrecognizable.
movie.
Oh, I know him from Once Upon a Time.
As Rumpelstiltskin.
I-
But he is known for the movie Full Monty.
Yeah,
the
I know
Full
him
Monty.
mainly from Train Spotting, where
Yeah.
he gives a fantastic, very scary performance.
Am
Yeah.
I gonna sound really weird? whatever, I'll own it, that I find him very attractive as Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time.
Well, I think you're supposed to.
I don't know what he looks like in that.
Look it up.
Look
and
it
then,
up,
and then
and
judge
then-
me afterwards. There's
I
just,
don't
and I know he's supposed to be the villain, but
Rumple.
there's just something so attractive about. Okay, that's me. I have my Joe's like.
I mean, he's like, I don't like that he's like scaly, I guess. But
Well, he was supposed to
outside of
be- he was
that,
supposed to,
he's
like,
fine.
Essentially turn into like the crocodile of
Yeah.
like
Okay.
Peter Pan.
But also, like, find an image of him when he's
I don't know
in.
why Rumpelstiltskin is the crocodile, but
It's once just gonna go off just a little bit here. Once Upon a Time didn't know what it wanted to be or do. The writers of Lost, who wrote Once Upon a Time, didn't even admitted that they didn't know where to go with this. They just kind of wrote it.
he
and
just kind of looks like Robert Carlyle in a fun outfit,
Yes.
but with like scales.
But there's
Yes.
also, like, look him up, and then I'll continue with Eragon, when he's, like, in his shop owner persona, and, like, so he's sexy. I get it. The makeup doesn't make him look that sexy, but
Disguise.
yeah. I'm sorry. So when I saw him as Dur's, like, I know that guy.
yeah, well, yeah. I looked at him and I'm like, you are very
But
familiar.
the makeup is so gross. I don't
Well,
remember
he's
what
a-
his character is supposed to look like, but that makeup was giving me, like, ugh.
I think he's supposed to be gross.
Okay,
He's
so
a shade.
yeah, I'm looking at him without the scales. That's just Robert Carlyle in a fun
Yeah.
outfit. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I don't know. That's just me. I have a type. So
Oh, what a type.
listen, if you feel the same way, say so in the comments. It's not just me. I'm not crazy. But yeah, like when I saw him as Durza, I was like, oh, I know this man. And the makeup, because his lips are all cracked, and
Yeah.
he is supposed to have been a dragon rider that got corrupted, right?
No, he's just a shade.
Oh, okay. So he
Yeah.
never had a dragon.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. For some reason, I thought he was a dragon rider, and then we go to like Murtagh, who I remember in the book was a pretty tragic
Yes.
character. Like I remember feeling for Murtagh, which you realize is the son of
Moraz.
the dragon rider who killed
He
Brahm's
wrote
dragon.
a Murtagh novel.
Yes, he did.
Oh wait, he's Eragon's half brother too. Apparently,
Yes,
I forgot
yeah.
about that one. Yeah, that's
Is
what
he really?
Eldest
Yeah.
is
See,
about.
you know-
Yeah, that's
you know-
why it's called that.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
For
yeah.
those of us
Are you
who
gonna
haven't
read
read...
Eldest right now?
No. No, I'm not.
No, I remember that was the big reveal, like that he's the half brother. And I think he also gets his own dragon at one point. He becomes a
Yeah,
dragon
he gets a red
rider.
dragon, right? Or
Yeah.
something?
I think so.
Does he
and
get the
like,
gold one? I forget.
Yeah, and I know. Yeah, I don't know. And I know that he, because of the stigma of his parent.
That was a car alarm.
Oh, for some, okay. Because of the stigma of his parentage, he faces a lot of obstacles, and I think at one point even Eragon basically essentially says, "Yeah, you're not my brother." Like, and I remember he says a line which when I read it I thought was so cruel, where he says like, because he has Murtagh has scars, and I thought Eragon at one point says, "I don't have any scars." Like he makes a reference, like I don't remember the full line. But I remember that Murtagh, like, the response to that is, like, he, like, flinches and, like, and basically everyone says, like, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. So then you wonder why he turns evil. Because he didn't have love. He needed love.
Eragon's annoying.
Eragon's annoying.
So, maybe he grows. I don't know. But,
No,
yeah, I remember
if anything,
feeling
I
for
remember him
Murtagh.
getting more annoying.
You just
Oh.
remember him getting...
Yeah, like,
it's possible. He's a
okay,
hero.
in the second book, he's like just hanging out with this elf guy he's Elf Yoda, more or less. He's Yoda if he was tall. The old man with strange ways who
Yeah.
teaches him magic.
Does he talk backwards?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
That
Okay.
would be a real
There
plagiarism.
was a lot
of
about him being like lithe and nude, though, if I remember correctly. And I was I was always like, why are we getting so much of him like bathing? Like,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
I didn't write it.
No, you did not.
But it's so like, are the elves supposed to have pointed ears in the book?
I don't think we actually saw any elves.
No, we
this
didn't
movie.
see any elves in the
The
movie.
princess.
She's not an elf.
Wait, was she? Yeah, no, she is an elf. Yeah, she's
She is
elven.
an elf?
She's an elf.
She might be a Yes, yeah, no, she is.
So she didn't have pointed ears.
No.
Yeah,
See?
the movie didn't really talk too much about that one.
No.
did
Yeah,
it?
because
No.
I also remember, I'm surprised I remember this line. It's coming back to me. Like what? So when Eragon first meets Arya, and he's about to like protect her. He's like, I gotta protect you. He's like, I do not mistake me for one of your like your women.
Yeah.
Like I know how to fight, kind of
Again,
a deal.
it's been a very long time since I've read the book.
Yeah, but like I could be wrong because sometimes the elves, like depending on that, like they don't have the really. But I thought that one of the ways where he realizes what she is.
Well, she can also do
because
magic.
she has the pointed ears, but I could be wrong. Like that's probably a detail I think
I
was part
believe
of the
they
book.
did. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, it's not terribly important.
Yeah.
But I feel like also that Arya has more of a presence in the book. Like,
Yeah, she does. That I remember.
yeah, for here it's, and also what I kind of, and I don't remember if they end up being love interests. Like, I
have no idea.
I don't remember if that ever happens. But it's like they have.
They
Joe,
definitely
do you
do.
remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they have very minimal interaction with one another, and then it's like every time you see, it's like, you know, you hear like the violins playing in the back. It's like, let's have some setup first to this
Yeah.
like romance that you're
Well,
trying to push on us.
This movie was definitely rushed in all aspects.
Yeah, and I think it's unfortunate because I mean, like I said, what I remember of the book I enjoyed, and also like they made this movie for the fans.
Oh, yeah.
I think had you given it some time and some
breathe?
care, it could have been a lot better than it was.
Yeah. Also, too, I
I think
feel...
an extra 15 minutes. would
Yeah.
help.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been much better. I think they were. I think also sometimes it's like, unfortunately, ever since Lord of the Rings, now it's like everything tries to be like, especially when you're doing like a high fantasy. And I think it was trying to be too many things, but not settling.
You gotta have
on
the
them.
Helm's Deep battle. You gotta have it.
Yeah, and it's like, and like even the costuming. Like, can we talk about the costuming of this
Oh,
movie?
it was odd.
Well, how do you feel? Like I feel.
Oh, I love the costumes.
Sorry. Okay, well, what's your favorite costume?
I love the Varden's costuming because I like the bright, vibrant of it, and I feel like the costumes really like tell you where each person is from and how they differ from other people, and I think that's where the movie kind of does it right.
Okay.
Um,
I liked Jimon Hansu, his daughter, when you first see her,
I love her dress.
that dress that she's wearing.
Yes.
I liked that one.
Yeah.
I think also for me it's that, now granted, Eragon, I'm not sure it's supposed to, like, I'm assuming it's modeled after maybe a medieval-esque world. That's
Yeah.
what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I would kind of like the costuming to have known what it wanted to be.
Sure.
You know, and I think sometimes, like, when you have that care to the costume, it adds that little bit more.
Yes. Well, it could have definitely gone into more depth.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
I'm not saying that you have to be, like, you're on a fashion runway, but, like, you think about the Lord of the Rings film or the Hobbit films, like, the way the costuming is done.
I think it's a mistake, though, to compare The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit to this movie.
No, I was just talking about the care of the costuming.
But that's kind of what you're
Um,
comparing,
this movie
though.
wants to be that.
It does,
Yeah.
absolutely, which is why I
Yeah.
say I think it's kind of a mistake
yeah.
to compare the costuming from The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to this movie. Because it's trying really hard to be I think, a Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so it's inviting the comparison.
I don't know.
Sure,
like,
but I still think it's a mistake to do that comparison.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think maybe more care to the costuming, I think, would have... Yeah, I think that there's a... More care to, like, the dialogue and the costuming, I think, would have elevated... Even if the movie wouldn't have been, quote-unquote, perfect,
Yeah.
it probably would have elevated it slightly. I think that's what it is. I think it could have probably been a little bit longer. I know miniseries weren't really a thing at the time, but let's just say if it were a miniseries or like a 2-part film.
Yeah.
I think-
Even that wasn't even a
Yeah,
thing back then.
I think, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if they ever redid it.
They did want to do the sequel.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it just never was option. But, like, if they ever do the Disney Plus series,
I don't think that's going to happen.
let's just put it out there.
Okay.
I think that would probably improve things greatly. I think you would have a chance to really explore the characters,
Yeah.
explore the story, really develop the world a little bit, get a better sense of the cultures of the world of the books. Yeah, like I
think-
kind of would like to see it
Yeah.
given another shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of would like to see it.
Let me tell you what happens to Eragon's cousin in the sequel.
He has a cousin.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
cousin in the
Roran.
beginning of the movie.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry. What happened to his cousin?
He becomes like a soldier, and there's a chapter where he like spends all night killing like hundreds and hundreds of people with a hammer, and they call him Roran the Hammer or something like that. And
I
then
thought
it's
he
like-
left so that he wouldn't join the army.
I think it's supposed to be tragic, but you're supposed to be like, man, this guy's dope as hell too.
Oh,
and
God.
like it was yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Darth Vader before he becomes Darth Vader, and when he finds the people like that enslaved his mom, and he goes crazy and kills them.
Commits mass genocide.
Yeah. But he did it because they hurt his mom. That's what that was reminding me of.
Okay.
Sorry. Maybe I was only one, but that just popped into my head right now. I'm sorry. I still remember that scene. Oh my god, it's a crazy scene. Oh, he also kills the younglings too.
That's in the third one.
That's in the
later
third
on,
one.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
Sort of. I mean, the kids were kind of.
Nah, it's funny. When the kid turns and he's like, Master Anakin, what are we gonna do? And
There's too many of them. What are we going to do? Lightsaber turned on.
yeah. Like they got like a 5-year-old to do it. You can't, you know,
No.
it's not enunciating great. And
Oh, he's a yeah. I know.
They bring out the cutest kid possible. It's just funny.
He has
like-
little like the not a helmet, but it's the thing that projects like this, so he can.
He wasn't wearing the helmet.
He wasn't.
No, he was not.
Are you sure?
Yes, that's from the second movie when they're training with Yoda and Obi-Wan comes in to ask him a question.
My bad. Sorry. It's been a while since I watched the films. I'm sorry. Ooh, that could be the next series that we do. We rewatch those films because I've been meaning to rewatch those films.
I love the prequel series.
Yeah. So, but why do you like? We've been talking about like why they're bad, but why do you love this movie?
I like this movie because it's pure escapism. I know there's problems with it. I know I've listed those problems, but I love the sheer escapism of the movie. I love Serafina's design. I think it's a really unique take on dragons, especially when I was 16 watching this because I wasn't particularly a fan of dragons having bat wings.
Oh, okay.
I really like the feathered wings. Yeah, I mean, when I was 16 watching this, I didn't see any problems with it. But then again, I was also 16.
Yeah.
And watching it last night, I was like, oh, there's a lot of issues with this movie. But I'm not thinking of anything else. I'm just enjoying it for this year. I also like the soundtrack of the movie.
Yeah.
Is anybody else shocked by that Avril Lavigne song coming on?
At the credits.
What was that about?
Yeah.
Hey there. You're probably wondering where the rest of the episode is. Well, we had what some would refer to as a technological emergency while filming this. I was called away, and I was busy for the better part of an hour or two trying to put out a fire. And so we didn't get to film an ending. So I'm taking it upon myself during this whole editing process to film one for you. And I'm gonna take some wild guesses as to what everybody rated this. Now, this was Katie's pick, and even though it was for the Bad Movie series, she feels a lot of fondness towards it. So I'm guessing probably a 5 out of 5 dragon eggs from her. That's what I'm guessing we would have rated it out of. Simona, I'm saying 3.5. Maybe, I don't know. Seems like that's what she was feeling on it. Lou, he wasn't in the episode at all, but I'm going to guess 2 dragon eggs. For myself, let's see. I mean, there were some funny bits. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was pretty entertaining. 2 dragon eggs. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope this ending has been just as exciting for you as our normal ones. And catch us next time for a full-length episode that will not have this sort of ending to it. So, until next time, have a good one.